Big Poppy in the house. Hey, a long time ago, I think it's probably been 3 or 4 years ago, I came up with something to help allow the cases to feed through the collator here without actually being turned upside down, where you gotta take it off and turn upside down to get it out and get it in the upright position. And one of my subscribers asked for me to go through and show that again, so that's what we're going to do today. So for an example, you know, when you're shaking it and your cases are going down, there's times that they go in the upright position, which is correctly, and then also sometimes incorrectly. And what I did is I I used a compass here, but you can take something round. This is approximately about 3 1/8 inches across in diameter, and I just made a circle. And then what you want to do is take this, which has 4 holes in it, and then it's got a center hole, so 5 holes total. And what you want to do is, once you get that circle made, put this down flat. And then I'll do a close-up too, but just take it down and go flat. Take a big black marker and just go down into the center and make a dot. And you're going to do that on all 4 of them. And what that's going to do is tell you where to put the holes at. Okay. And let's see. I don't have my compass here, but and then for an example, and draw your circle first. Okay, so basically what it's going to look like is this right here. You see right there, there's the 4 outer holes and then the 1 center hole. Okay, so as you can see on this one here, I've already got my circle. I've got the dots that I just showed you how I did that, and you just take that and turn it upside down. Okay, upside down on your paper. Go down to the center of each one of those holes, and you have something that looks like this. Now I'll show you the next process. Get you a piece of wood, and you're going to need some of these little cutters, and you can buy them at Harbor Freight, and you get a kit. I think you get like maybe 10 of them, and they have different sizes, and you can see here the roundness of that. And then here's a smaller size, and they'll give you a kit of about 10 different sizes. Okay, and they're cutters. So now you got your circle. Now the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to know what case size are you wanting to make this for. Okay, so this particular one, because I need to make one for my 300 blackout and I need to make one for my 357. And what you do is find the correct cutter, and that brass should slide inside it. Just like that. And you'll know you got the right size. Okay? Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to minimize this large hole that you don't need. And if you look at this one for my 357, there's a lot of slop there, and that hole is almost twice the size of a 357. I don't know if you're seeing that very good with my hands, but maybe I go like this. Okay, so what you're trying to do is minimize that to what you need. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take that size that you want, and you're going to go over the top of these holes and get it centered, hit it on the cardboard, You can make this out of paper, construction paper, anything you want. Several different things you could do. The radius of the circle is 3 1/8 inch. Okay, so now I did the 4 holes that allows my brass to go through, and I want to show you that because it's important. So you'll see here, now that hole there is minimized. It's not as big, and it allows it to go correctly down. Alright, now the next thing you need to do is you need to take the smaller one, and it's a size, same size as what you have for the center here. Okay, you can use that same hole. Same thing you're going to do is you're going to take this little cutter for the middle one. You're going to make a hole there. So now there is a complete circle. It's got your 4 holes and your center one. Okay? So now what you're going to do is you're just simply going to cut that out. Okay, and you know what, since I gotta have 2 of them anyway, nah, we'll just do one. Okay, so now what you have is, here's your template. Here's your circle, here's your 4 holes, here's the center one with the nuts gonna go down. So what you want to do now is take a lid. It can be white, can be black, could be any color. And you're going to take this, and you'll notice on your coffee lids, they've got a indentation here in the center. Use that as centering it up. And you're going to take it like that. Now you can go ahead and what I do is I use another colored marker, which is gray, and what I do is I go through and outline those holes so I can see it. And then go ahead and draw a line on the outside. Okay, so what I've done now is take this template and put it on the coffee lid. So now what we need to do is we need to cut this out. You would be amazed on how much time you can save by just this little tweak for your cases. Okay, now you have it pretty well there. Now the last thing to do, same thing that we did earlier to make our template. Take your punch, put it over your hole where you need it. Do all 4 of them. And if it gets stuff in the center of it, You can just push it out with a piece of paper or a screwdriver. Okay. And last one we need to do is the very center one, which is going to be where it's going to have the nut through it, the bolt. Okay, we'll set that aside. Alright, so now you have a round template. It's 3 1/8 inch, 3 inches, 1/8 in diameter. Find the right cutter for your particular case that you're wanting to do this to. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take and put this in the center, just like this. And you're going to take this screw, and if you can use this screw, I think it's, I don't remember the size of it, sorry. Take this, and you're going to put it down here and tighten it up. Take your socket, and you want to make sure those holes are lined up when you get this tight. Just ratchet that down on it. And like I said, make sure your holes are all lined up. Okay? Alright, you're going to take your tubes, you're going to hook this on, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and put this on the press. Let me go ahead and tighten this up. Okay, so now it's time to put cases in it. I think I may have one of my holes a little bit too small. And I'll tell you what, and just to prove that I don't edit my videos, that diameter that I made that is exactly the same size as 357. So that size is not going to work that I had. We're going to have to make it a little bit bigger. Give me just 1 minute. Okay, we're going to make them a little bit bigger. Going to the next size. Okay. And I'll get you a close-up. try this again. Throw them on the floor. Move that out the back so you guys can see that. Or here, let me just take it off so you can see that. Alright, that is totally full. And let me take and give you a close-up. So here's the top of it. And as you can see, going down here, there is no cases upside down. Let's do one more on that side. Alright, so you've seen that for an example, we needed to go a little bit bigger on that. We had to go to this size. It was one more size larger than what we had. And now it's working and working great. So as you can tell, the one that was a little bit smaller, it was almost the exact same size, a little larger but not much, and they didn't want to go down. So you'll just have to find which one works the best for your brass, and I guarantee you that you will not have upside down cases for the majority of the time. I mean, you could probably go 20 without having any, and then when you go reloading it, say maybe for the 20th time, you may have one. But I've seen a big improvement on my presses, and I've got that set up in every one that I have. Like I said, I got to make one for my 300 blackout press, and we just finished making the one for my 357. As always, if you like my channel, please subscribe. Again, you guys can see where I don't go in and edit it. You guys seen where it was too small, we went to the larger size. You've seen the results. As always, support the sport, and thank you.